feel like 2021 in terms of products that were offered from LEGO was just absolutely insane. I feel like there were always amazing sets coming out every single week and every single month, and I actually wanted to make a video talking about the LEGO Star Wars Ultimate Collector Series line for the entire year of 2021 because, guys, there are some amazing models that we got this year from LEGO Star Wars in the UCS collection, and I'm going to say that in terms of the year itself, I think this is the best lineup of UCS sets that we've gotten per year for a single year in a very long time, and I wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about each of these sets, what I think they have to offer for everyone, and of course getting a little bit of a mini showcase review. Before we get on to today's video, I want to give a huge thanks to Blaine's World Lego over on BrickLink for sponsoring today's video, guys. He is doing yet again another giveaway. Every $10 you spend in his store, you get one entry to win the brand new LEGO Ideas Home Alone, the $250, nearly 4,000 pieces, and all you guys have to do is spend $10 in his store to be entered. I'll leave links down below in the description. A huge thank you to Blaine's World for sponsoring today's video. Back to the program. Of course, it's a little hard to see me here because I have so many big UCS sets, but what's great about 2021 lineup is that there is a UCS set, an Ultimate Collector Series set for a price point that is very flexible to everyone. Now, of course, LEGO is a premium toy company, so you are going to be paying a lot of money for not only awesome models, but just because it's Star Wars. But let's get a very general scope of things. In the entire year of 2021, there were 3 UCS sets released. We had the Ultimate Collector Series R2-D2, which released on May the 4th of this year for $199.99 here in the US. Later on August 1st, we actually had the first fan-voted Ultimate Collector Series set, the Republic Gunship. This was voted on, I believe, in early of 2020, and we finally got the set August 1st for $349.99. Of course, one of the first prequel UCS sets we got in a super long time, and then, of course, the yet-to-be-released Black Friday AT-AT Walker, $799.99. So what I love about the entire lineup of UCS sets this year is that there is something for everyone depending on what your price point is. Of course, $200 is a lot of money, but if you have $200, if you're used to spending the typical amount for a UCS set, you have the R2-D2, which is a pretty cool model if you missed out on the first one. Of course, if you're used to buying the Master Builder series sets like the Cantina or like the Betrayal at Cloud City, you have the Republic Gunship, which is a huge, massive model that wingspan actually spans the entire width of the Millennium Falcon, which is pretty crazy. And then, of course, if you're the crazy people like myself who would probably go out and buy the AT-AT, that is the $800 set. Now, I do want to disclaim that all sets here were provided from LEGO. I didn't pay a penny for any of these, so I do want to give my thoughts on which one I think is the best bang for your buck in terms of 2021 UCS releases. So quickly going over the R2, it's definitely not something you're going to be playing with. It is absolutely a display model. The only downside I think that the R2 has is that the functioning leg is a little bit wacky when you try to do it. Of course, once you get the hang of it, it looks super cool, but getting that third leg out there was an issue that a lot of people had, especially those who got review offers and even those who ended up buying the set. That was a common critique that I heard. But in terms of functions, you do, of course, have the lightsaber holder, which does shoot up. You have the rangefinder as well. And the R2 is just such an iconic thing that I think it's definitely for any Star Wars fan, whether or not you like the originals, the prequels, or the sequels, R2 is in all of them. So I think it's a good option for a lot of people who are looking for a sturdy model, one that looks clean, sleek, has a great look, has a great function to it, but just is at a very fairly priced, affordable price range of $200 compared to the other Star Wars portfolio. Now, like I said, the R2 came for $200 and it had 2,314 pieces, so a pretty decent price per piece ratio. But again, the R2 is just something that's super iconic that I feel like everyone can find a room to enjoy it with Star Wars. Now, the next one, and arguably one of the more exciting ones of this year, was the Republic Gunship. Again, an August 1st release for $350 here in the US. Now, the minifigures it did come with was Mace Windu, which was a little bit new, but really wasn't that new. It came with a different torso that had some Geonosian mud on it, which did technically make it exclusive. And then it also did come with a clone commander, which was cool, but not something a majority of fans wanted to see from the set, which is definitely something to consider. Now, the gunship itself is a massive build, and I have playscale gunships. I have both custom and regular LEGO official models, so I was hoping that we would get something a little bit more big, a little little bit more display oriented, and that is exactly what we got with this stand. I think one of the standout pieces of the set is the display stand, how it angles the gunship straight down, which looks so amazing, and it was something I wasn't expecting when it comes to a standard display for the UCS set. Now, the detail to me is just extravagant. One of the standout pieces is the dual rotating missile launchers here on the top, and all the awesome printed pieces for the ball turrets and the cockpit, which just looks superb. Now, a big downside to the gunship was I think a lot of people who voted for it, in terms of fans who voted for it on LEGO Ideas, I think a lot of them were looking for something a little bit more play scale oriented, something like the older Republic gunships that we got in the past. So that was definitely something that detracted a lot of people from enjoying the gunship. For me personally, I love the model, I love the display, and it is quite possibly one of my favorite UCS sets of all time. And last but not least, the yet to be released, we have the Black Friday exclusive UCS AT-AT. Now, the rumor was the AT-AT for a while. It had been a Death Star for a little bit, and that was honestly what I was hoping for rather than an AT-AT. But I gotta say, after building it, after having it sit here, it's amazing. I'm gonna say right now, it is the best set that I have in front of me in terms of UCS sets for 2021. It also is the most expensive. It's $800, which is definitely not a pretty penny for a lot of people. It comes at 9 minifigures, comes with General Veers, 2 pilot drivers, 4 snowtroopers, 1 snowtrooper commander, and Luke Skywalker. So there is a lot of minifigures offered with the AT-AT, but where the set truly stands out is the interior. If you look at reference images, reference material from all the way back when they made Empire Strikes Back, it is practically a one-for-one remake of the interior, which is astounding to me. The interior itself comes with seats for tons of snowtroopers, and all your minifigures and all the panels lift up really easily. The cockpit can be easily opened as well as just the detail overall is pretty crazy. I mean, there are definitely a little bit more studs than I would have liked, but that's also just the mock builder in me and not the LEGO set in me. But for a LEGO set, I think LEGO knocked it out of the park. One of my favorite functional aspects of the set is using the tool that comes behind the UCS plaque to actually move and rotate the different legs at the joints, which I think was ingenious. But the AT-AT, I feel like, is something you can get more out of. I mean, yes, it only has 6,700 pieces for an $800 set, which is definitely not in the range you would expect in terms of price per piece, but you can get the most out of this. It's an amazing display set. You can put it in any room, any studio, any office, and it looks fantastic. But you can also use it in a mock. You could use it in a display. You could use it in something you're building, because it is as close to minifigure scale that LEGO will ever make an AT-AT. And I think they did not sacrifice any detail. It looks amazing, all the functions of it and stuff like that. So I gotta say, wrapping up all the 2021 UCS sets, the AT-AT is my favorite, the Gunship is my second favorite, and then the R2, but that is just my opinion, guys. Let me know down below what you guys think. Which one is your favorite? If you could pick any one of these for free, which one would you get? And a little fun fact, it would cost you over $1,350. That's $1,350 to buy all of these, and that's not including tax, depending on where you live. So that's kind of crazy. But overall, UCS sets for this year were stellar. I'm super happy, and I hope next year maybe we see 2 more UCS sets and maybe even a Master Builder series. I want to see this continue. This is a huge, solid start for LEGO in terms of UCS sets this year. I want to see that continue into 2022. But guys, that wraps it up for today. Hope you all enjoyed. Drop a like down below. Make sure you guys subscribe. Let me know what your favorite UCS set for this year was, and we'll see you later. Take it easy. Peace.